Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my NBA DraftKings picks for Friday, December 8th. Nice size slate on this Friday, an 8-game slate today. So just the right amount of games for today's slate. Before we get started going through each position, if you guys could drop a like on the video, I would definitely appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time checking out a video on my channel, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that way you'll never miss out on any of my new videos. I upload daily. A daily NBA content, make NFL videos as well, so you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed so that way you'll never miss out on any of my new videos. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Looking at this slate, looking at some point guards we want to target today. Alright, so at point guard, just looking at this position, I don't think this is a position I really want to pay up at. Don't really like a lot of the expensive options, especially just because of other positions. I think like small forward, power forward, we'll get onto those positions later. I think those are positions you want to pay up at today. If you did want to pay up, I'd probably go to Kemba at home, 8,100 against the Bulls, but he's definitely not like someone that's really catching my eye that I just have to have today. So don't really like a lot of the expensive point guards. I think the most expensive point guard I'd probably target today would be Jrue Holiday. He's point guard and shooting guard eligible, so you can play him at either position. We know without Anthony Davis, it looks like he's going to miss again today on Friday. Right now, I believe he's questionable, but I would imagine he doesn't play. And if Anthony Davis is out again, Jrue Holiday going to see a ton of usage. Just in the last 2 games with Anthony Davis out, Holiday's put up 50 and 40 DraftKings points, so he's been playing pretty well. And I think the price tag's still a little bit too cheap for how well he's been playing without Anthony Davis. I think it's very likely Holiday pays this off. I think he has upside in tournaments to get 6, 7x on this price. So he's probably the most expensive point guard I'd target on the slate at 7,100. And then another option I like that's a little more or a little bit cheaper, ELFRID PAYTON at 6,600. I know people are probably going to be like, ew, ELFRID PAYTON, because this guy does burn a lot of people. He is very inconsistent, but he just has so much upside. It's a great matchup against Denver. They really struggle against point guards. Both of these teams play at a very fast pace, so this should definitely be a competitive game. And although Payton hasn't been showing a ton of upside lately, in his last 4 games, 33, 40, 34, 27, 25 DraftKings points, I think this is a get-right spot for ELFRID PAYTON. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he gets 40+ here. Definitely a guy I'm going to be considering in tournaments today. 6,600. I think you can also consider him in cash games because I think it's very likely he pays that price tag off. So absolutely love ELFRID PAYTON today as a mid-tier option, 6,600. I think he makes a ton of sense just in that price range. I think he's a little bit too cheap for the matchup. And if we want to go a little bit cheaper off of Payton, good option here in my opinion, RAJON Rondo. The price tag's starting to increase, but I think Rondo is also another guy that's still a little bit too cheap at 5,900. He has also been playing really well with Anthony Davis out. So in the last few games, 40, 38, 38, and 28 DraftKings points. Been really consistent. Definitely a good matchup against the Kings, just not a good defensive team. I think Rondo gets at least 30 DK points today, and obviously that is hidden value when it comes to cash games. So I think Rondo is a good cash game option. 5,900, he has triple-double upside. He has tournament upside, so good tournament play, good cash play in my opinion. Really like RAJON Rondo today at 5,900. There is another option there that you can target for 200 less. If you want to go to Jamal Murray at 5,700, I think he's a fine play. I'd much rather prefer Rondo for 200 more. Murray's just been, the minutes lately been inconsistent. Like, we don't really know who's going to play the minutes, whether it be Moutier or Murray. Just one guy, if one guy's playing really well, then the other guy really won't get minutes. And that was sort of the case in their last game against the Pelicans. I believe Moutier got most of the minutes in that game. Jamal Murray only played 23 minutes. But this is definitely a good matchup. Murray has been playing well with Jokic out. He's been taking a lot of shots. And like I said, it is a really good matchup. So I think he's a good play in tournaments at 5,700 for cash games. If you're going to that price range, I'd much rather have RAJON Rondo for just 200 more. But I do like Jamal Murray there. And then if we're going for value, 5K and under, a couple value plays I like that really catch my eye. First guy is JJ Barea. I know I always mention JJ Barea, but I really like him today because Dennis Smith Jr. is currently questionable for this game. And if Dennis Smith Jr. Misses, I doubt Barea would move into the starting lineup. But if Smith Jr. is out, Barea is definitely going to see an increase in minutes. We'll probably see at least mid-20s in minutes, might actually get 30 minutes. So I really like this spot for JJ Barea. He's always a guy that if he gets minutes, he's going to produce for you when it comes to fantasy. Only played 23 minutes earlier this year against Milwaukee and put up 34 DraftKings points, 20 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. Barea, the guy will do a lot for you. So I really like him as a value option at point guard today, especially if Dennis Smith Jr. is out. JJ Barea Definitely a guy I'm going to be considering in cash and possibly tournaments because he has been flashing a little bit of upside lately. Really like him as a value play at 4,700. You can go to his teammate Yogi Ferrell, 3,800 as a really cheap option, but I'd just much rather have Barea. I feel like Barea's a lot more safer option, a lot more consistent. But Yogi Ferrell will probably also see an increase in minutes as well. So I think he is a value guy you can consider today at 3,800 if you need to go that cheap. And then the one really cheap option I like here, 3,500, Quinn Cook. He did start on Wednesday for Steph Curry. Was in the starting lineup. He played 22 minutes, put up 16 DraftKings points. It was a pretty tough matchup going up against Charlotte. They have been really good this year against point guards. And this is a much better matchup today going up against Detroit, who are not nearly as good defensively against the point guard as Charlotte is. So if Quinn Cook's going to be in the starting lineup, I would imagine he's going to play at least 20, maybe 25, possibly. I wouldn't say he'd get 30 minutes, but at least 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And at just 3,500, Quinn Cook's probably going to get 20 DraftKings points today, I would imagine. So at 3,500, that is 6x value if Quinn Cook gets you 20 DK points at his price tag. So I think he's a good value option if he's in the starting lineup. Not sure if they'll move Livingston back into the starting lineup, but if Quinn Cook's going to start again, Golden State, Detroit, that is like the first game on the slate, so we should have a starting lineup by then. I think he is a potential value play at 3,500 if you need to go that cheap. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing at point guard today. Let's go ahead and move on to shooting guard. Alright, so at shooting guard, I think this is another position I don't really want to pay up at. There are good options here up top. Victor Oladipo is definitely a tournament play I think you can target, but at 8,900, not going to be going there in cash games. Doubt I'm going to be on DeRozan. I don't really know about Tyreke Evans. Doubt I'm going to be going there either. Klay Thompson's going to have to deal with Avery Bradley defense, so I don't want to go there either. I talked about Jrue Holiday at 7,100. I think he's a guy you can pay up for. This is another position where I'm kind of looking to the mid-tier, or I'm just going to go for value. I think in this mid-tier, you can target Will Barton today at 6,900, going up against Orlando, going up against the Magic. This is a game I'm definitely going to have a ton of interest in today. This game should be played at a very fast pace, should be very competitive, should be high scoring. And with Jokic out, Barton's been seeing really nice minutes lately. Definitely kind of been a little inconsistent. Just in his last 4 games, 51, 34, 46, 28 DraftKings points. Has flashed a ton of upside lately, though. And when these teams did face off earlier this year, Will Barton went for 50 DraftKings points, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, played 37 minutes earlier this year against Orlando. So I do really like Will Barton in that mid-tier shooting guard. I think he's a great option. At 6,900, I think him and Jrue Holiday, 2 guys I'm definitely going to be considering in that price tier. And if we're looking to the mid-tier, sort of the 5K price range, don't see any guys here that I'm going to be looking to target besides like Jamal Murray, who's shooting guard eligible. Definitely like him as a mid-tier play. But looking for value, 5K and under. Talked about J.J. Barea as a potential value play. I think he is in play. Andre Iguodala, currently listed as questionable. If he plays, I really like him as a value option at 4,500. DraftKings has Iguodala listed as questionable, but he's actually probable for this game, so he is expected to play. And in their last game against Charlotte on Wednesday with Curry out, Iguodala played 30 minutes and put up 29 DraftKings points. Didn't see much of a price increase. He's only 4,500 today. And if he's going to play 30 minutes, which I would imagine he was, or I imagine he's going to today, I do like Andre Iguodala as a potential value option at 4,500. I think you can go to Etuan Moore at that same price tag, 4,500. I'd prefer Iguodala. I think I'd prefer Iguodala. But Etuan Moore lately has been playing a ton of minutes, been playing really well when it comes to DraftKings scoring, been really consistent. You just look in his last 4 games, 30, 22, 39, and 22 DraftKings points. And like I said, been playing a ton of minutes, 36, 35, 38, and 39 minutes in his last 4 games. So if Anthony Davis continues to be out, Etuan Moore, Boogie, Rondo, Jrue Holiday, these guys are going to be playing a ton of minutes every night. So definitely like Etuan Moore as a value option at 4,500. I think I prefer Iguodala, but both of those guys are really good value options. J.J. Barea, Iguodala, Etuan Moore. I think all 3 of those guys are very good value options at shooting guard at their really cheap price tags. And that's what I'm seeing for value at shooting guard today, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to small forward. Alright, so at small forward today, I did mention a lot of value plays at point guard and shooting guard because small forward is definitely a position I want to pay up at. I think Kevin Durant is a guy I'm going to be looking to pay up for today. 10,700, getting a discount off of LeBron and Giannis. Just really like KD with no Steph Curry. We saw on Wednesday, KD's going to be the guy that they really rely on when it comes to scoring. He put up 72 DraftKings points in Wednesday's game against Charlotte. Had a triple-double, 35 points, 10 assists, 11 rebounds. Just a monster game from KD. And like I said, with no Curry out, KD's going to be the #1 guy. He's going to do so much. He's going to score, rebound, assist. The price tag did rise a bit, up $600 to $10,700. But in this matchup against Detroit, I'd imagine Avery Bradley's going to be guarding Klay Thompson today. So this is a great spot for KD. The guy's matchup proof, but Detroit doesn't really have anybody that can defend him. So KD is a guy I'm really going to be looking to pay up for today. I think point guard, shooting guard are places or positions you can't go for value. Look to pay up for KD. I think he's one of the top studs on the slate. But if you don't want to pay up for KD, you like other studs, then if we want to go to the mid-tier here, Will Barton's at this price range, $6,900. I talked about him earlier. I think he's a good mid-tier option at small forward. I think another mid-tier option, a little bit cheaper, possibly could consider him a value play. But Rudy Gay, $5,200, going up against Boston. Not the most optimal matchup for Rudy Gay. Boston, really good defensive team. We all know this. But Rudy Gay's been playing really well lately when he's been starting for Kyle Anderson. Just in the last 2 games he started for Anderson, 32 and 33 minutes, 36 and 35 DraftKings points. So been really consistent. The price tag didn't rise at all. So Rudy Gay, $5,200, even though the matchup against Boston's pretty tough. The guy's just going to do a ton when he's on the court. And without Kyle Anderson, or while he's out, Rudy Gay should be playing at least 30 minutes a night. So I do really like him as a possible value option, sort of mid-tier play at small forward. At $5,200, if you want to go the revenge narrative route, Buddy Hield, $5,100, going back to New Orleans to face the Pelicans. You want to do that. I probably won't be going there. But for tournaments, Buddy Hield, we know he's a shooter. If he gets hot, he could shoot well and put up a monster game. But I'd much rather have Rudy Gay at $5,200 if I'm going to that price tier. And then looking 5K and under for value at small forward, I talked about IGUODALA as a value play. I think he's a good option at $4,500 if he plays. Same with E'Twaun Moore at the same price tag. Do like E'Twaun Moore as a value play. Then there is one really cheap option. Have to type in his name. JAKARR Sampson at $3,400 going up against the Pelicans. With Willie Cauley-Stein out in their last game, JAKARR Sampson played 33 minutes against Cleveland and put up 28 DraftKings points. Willie Cauley-Stein has already been ruled out today. So if Sampson's going to continue to start, he didn't see a price tag at all at $3,400. He should continue to see plenty of minutes. So absolutely love him as a value option. As long as he's in the starting lineup, I think he's a great value play today at $3,400 with Willie Cauley-Stein out. And yeah, guys, I think that's what I'm seeing for small forward today for value. Let's go ahead and move on to power forward. All right, so at power forward, this is another position I'm going to be looking to pay up at. If I can fit in KD and DeMarcus Cousins, I'm going to be looking to go that route today. I absolutely love Boogie today in the little revenge game going up against Sacramento. Earlier this year when the Kings played the Pelicans, Anthony Davis did not play that game, and DeMarcus Cousins just absolutely went off for 83 DraftKings points, put up 41 points, 6 assists, 23 rebounds, just a monster game from Boogie, played 43 minutes. So as long as Anthony Davis is out, I don't mind paying this price tag at $11,800, especially with the revenge narrative. Boogie should dominate this team. We definitely have to worry about a blowout here, but if the Kings can keep it close, absolutely love DeMarcus Cousins. I think him and KD are the top 2 studs on this slate, in my opinion. Those are the 2 guys I'm probably going to be looking to pay up for. And then if we're looking to the mid-tier for some options here at power forward, at $7,600, I think Al Horford, he's power forward and center eligible. I really like him in this mid-tier. The guy's been playing really well lately. Definitely a good matchup against the Spurs. The Spurs do struggle to defend bigs. Paul Gasol is not the best defender, so I like this spot for Al Horford. When these teams did face off earlier this year, Horford did put up 42 DraftKings points, 14 points, and 13 rebounds. Had a double-double, also got 5 assists as well. And Horford has been playing really well lately. He's been really consistent. 42, 40, 44, and 50 DraftKings points in his last 4 games. So definitely like this spot for Al Horford. Been playing really well. He's been paying off his price tag lately. So I think he's a really good option in that mid-tier at power forward at $7,600. And then a little bit cheaper, also another guy in this mid-range I like, is Zach Randolph at $5,900 going up against the Pelicans. With no Willie Cauley-Stein in their last game against Cleveland, Zach Randolph did play a nice amount of minutes, played 32 minutes, and put up 48 DraftKings points in their last game against Cleveland. As long as the game is competitive, Zach Randolph's going to play plenty of minutes, especially with Willie Cauley-Stein out. You do have to worry about a blowout, especially if the game blows out. Randolph's not going to play a ton of minutes. He'll probably play like 20 minutes if it's a blowout. But if it's a competitive game, this game could have some stack potential. There's a lot of good plays from this game, in my opinion. You got Boogie, Rondo, Jrue Holiday, E'Twaun Moore on the Pelicans side. On the King side, you got Randolph. JAKARR Sampson's a good value play in my opinion if he starts again. If this game can stay close, a lot of those plays could really go off. And Zach Randolph's one of the guys I like from this game at 5,900. Been playing really well lately. The minutes have been pretty consistent. As long as the game's competitive, Randolph should see plenty of minutes and should not have a problem at all paying off that price tag. So I like him in the mid tier as well. I talked about Rudy Gay earlier. Like him at 5,200. You want to play him at power forward. If we're looking 5K and under for value plays at power forward, if we want to attack the Denver bigs with KENNETH FARIED or Mason Plumlee, I think I'd much rather have FARIED. It is a good matchup against the Magic. They're not good at defending bigs, but the reason I'd much rather have FARIED is just because the minutes have been a lot more consistent for him. You look at him and Plumlee his minutes and Plumlee's minutes. FARIED's been a lot more consistent. 22, 27, 28, and 24 minutes. His last 4 games, 32, 27, 31, 16 DraftKings points. Really good matchup against the Magic. As long as FARIED's in the starting lineup, I think he's a good value option. 5K and under, 4,900. You can go to Mason Plumlee if you want to at 4,500, but I think I'd prefer FARIED at 4,900 as the value option I target at power forward. But yeah, guys, I think that's what I'm seeing at this position. Right now, as I'm recording this video, Draymond Green is questionable for this game. If he does not play, you can target Jordan Bell at 3,700 as a value power forward, but it looks like Draymond Green is expected to play, so I doubt we'll be able to play Bell. So I think the power forward value plays you want to go to here are like Mason Plumlee, FARIED. You got Rudy Gay here, Zach Randolph in that mid tier. But I'm definitely going to be trying to pay up at this position if I can. Go up to Boogie. I think Boogie, Kevin Durant, 2 of the better studs on the slate to pay up for. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing at power forward today. Let's go ahead and move on to center. Alright, so at center, if you're not going to pay up for Boogie here, I doubt I'm going to be playing Drummond. I'll just find $2,000 or $2,400 and get up to Boogie. Don't think I'm going to be on Drummond, even though these teams did face off earlier this year. Drummond had a solid game. Just at 9,400, I'm not going to be going to him at his price tag. I'd just rather get up to Boogie. So if we're looking in this 7K range for some options here, I talked about Al Horford at 7,600. Really like him in that mid tier at center. I think he's a good option today. Right now, as I'm recording this video, Miles Turner is currently questionable for this game. If Miles Turner is out, that's going to open up DOMANTAS Sabonis as a sort of a mid-tier value option at power forward or center. He just plays really well when Miles Turner's out. He gets the minutes. And earlier this year against Cleveland, I believe this was a game that Miles Turner missed. DOMANTAS Sabonis played 36 minutes and put up 41 DraftKings points earlier this year against Cleveland when Turner was out, I believe. So Turner's going to be out. DOMANTAS Sabonis, great value option, mid-tier option. At 5,600, you can play him at power forward or center. I'd probably prefer him over Randolph if Turner is out, but if Turner plays, I think Zach Randolph for just 300 more is also a good option there at 5,900. And then looking for value at center, 5K and under, you got KENNETH FARIED here, who I talked about earlier. You got Plumlee if you want to go to him. I'm not seeing a ton of really cheap options at center. I guess you can go to John HENSON against Dallas. Definitely a good matchup. Dallas is bad at defending bigs. They're a very bad rebounding team. We know Henson's not going to be a heavy minute guy. He's usually going to see mid-20s in minutes. But if you think he can pay off this price tag, if he plays like 25 minutes, which is what I imagine he played, you could target him at 4,500 in a good matchup against Dallas. But I think this is a position you want to pay up for Boogie, or like go to that 5K range. Some good options there, like DOMANTAS Sabonis. If Turner's out, I think Sabonis is a great play. Like Zach Randolph, 5,900. Al Horford, I think, is a good option. Paying up for Boogie, though, if you want to do that, definitely think that's also the way to go at center today, if you can fit Boogie in. But yeah, guys, that's what I'm seeing at center today. Those are some options I like at this position. I think that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. This video did help you. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT, or just leave a comment on the video, and I'll make sure I get back to your question. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, she shaking fast. Yeah, she dropping slow. What? Yeah, neck on fro. Whoa, 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 whoa.